Welcome here to Shirley Povich Field. We're picking up a game from a long time ago. The Train are playing the Cropdusters. They trail 12-13. The bases are loaded for the Dusters, and we're just going to get right into it. First pitch in is a ball. That's Caleb Waltz on the mound for the Train.
Yeah, second time this season. We've seen we've had to get to the field a little earlier and start our call a little earlier. We finished an unfinished game with the Braves at SoCo this past week, and now finally one of the two Cropdusters delayed. We're going to have an ending.
That one's popped up. Foul. Count now 0-2. It's gonna take me a minute to set up the scoreboard for you guys at home, because technically this game the Train is the away team, because this was played at Olney.
Yeah.
So be wary of that. Although I am gonna put the Cropdusters on top for the sake of doing this quicker, because I have to enter the entire game state here.
So again, when we left this game at Olney, we're here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases are loaded for the Cropdusters. They lead by 1 run. It was quite a crazy game. Scoring went really back and forth. Pitching kind of all over the place for both teams.
My index finger's tired from pressing the run button so much. Count now 3-1. At the plate is Nichols for the Dusters. Yeah, like you were saying, it's an interesting point to pick up on. The 3-1. That'll land. Count now 4. There is 1 out on the inning. Why does it say Luke Nowak played? Luke Nowak is not playing this game. That's ball 4. That'll keep the bases loaded and send a run home. Dusters now lead 14-12. An offensive onslaught.
Now batting number 30,
Yeah, it continues to
Jimmy
be
Kirk.
so. Unfortunately, Caleb Waltz can't record the second out of the inning, and the Dusters now up 14-3, or excuse me, to 12. Oh my goodness.
We're 14-3.
I feel like this game is a ridiculously high run-wise now. 14-12.
This could take a while should it continue from where it was, because these teams were deadlocked first pitch high ball in the situation they were in. They were trading runs like crazy. For those of you who don't remember, 6th inning, the Train scored 6 to go up 9-4. The Dusters responded with 4 to make it 9-8. Train tacked on 2 more to make it 11-8. And the Dusters got 5 to make it 13-8. The Train got 2 there to make it 13-11, and then 1 more the next inning to make it 13-12. A lot of runs and a lot of back and forth. 1 lead change, 2 lead changes, and 2 ties so far today. The 1-1 from Waltz, I shouldn't say today, I should say a month ago.
Yeah, crazy how long it's been since this one. And then, obviously, last Friday we also traveled to Olney, and the game was pushed to extra innings, so that was not completed. I'm assuming we'll finish that one the next time the Dusters come here later in July.
That pitch popped up, tracking out in left field, caught by the center fielder. Throw in, a run will score from the Dusters as the runner on third tags up and brings the lead up to a 3-run gap.
That is Luke Nowak in center field. I think this might have been his first game with the Train.
Okay, so then that is correct, that Luke Nowak does exist in this game. I thought that was incorrect. I don't... But you're right, he was here at this point.
Yeah, I think this might have been his first game, and then also Merritt Beaker, this was his first game, so the ECU guys had just recently joined the roster.
It feels so much longer ago than that. First pitch of ball, count 1-0. At the plate now is number 37 for the Dusters. Oh, sorry, 31. It's Joseph Mershon. There we go. I was dumbfounded for a moment.
I think Joseph Mershon. The Dusters had a crazy game this past week, and Mershon hit the walk-off. I saw it on Twitter, so...
Big Twitter person?
Yeah, I would...
Comes in, low.
Sometimes. Lots of balls here from Caleb Waltz. Unfortunately, he's really struggling to find the zone. Dusters have tacked on 2 more since early June.
The 3-0. That'll miss. And the bases again are loaded here in hypothetically only realistically Rockville.
Yeah, so Train's just going to have a chance in the top of the 9th to try to tie it up or get the lead, but if not, we won't even play a bottom of the 9th. Again, we aren't Kovic, but we're the way team right now.
First pitch in for a strike. Waltz finds the zone. This is Jacob Orr out of UMD.
I think he's their third baseman. I'm like picturing my old score sheets.
Yeah, this was before the era of having everything in a book. Count 1 and 1. Can I see? Nope, there is no box. So I don't know who's playing third base for the Dusters. Live, love, finish a game a month later. The 1-1 from Waltz. Hit hard, but straight to the third baseman. That'll end the inning. The Train give up 2 more as they trail in the most absurd game of baseball I've ever seen, 15-12. And we'll be back with what could be the end of the game, the top of the 9th, after this. Now here in the top of the 9th, the order will go Rogers, Felix, Schultz as the Train look to tack on 3 runs and force a bottom of the 9th here at home. Yes, that is weird. Deal with it.
J. Rogers.
Yeah, it's definitely far from normal circumstances. But we're here, we're finishing this game.
So this is when TJ Rogers was still playing central infield. He's at second base today. The stream does work at 720p, so now it's gonna look even better.
Good stuff.
First pitch in for a strike, count 0-1. I'm gonna be honest, I can't imagine in this heat that either team is too dedicated to this game. I wouldn't be. The 0-1, that'll miss 1-1. I mean, maybe they are because they've been waiting on it for so long. The way Jason was talking about it the other day, Jason Schiavone, was that they did really care. So maybe I'm completely out of touch with it. Rogers tries to hold back the swing, and he does. Count 2-1 now.
I mean, I think this is a bit more meaningful for the Cropdusters. The Train would just tack on a 4th loss, but they'd still be 14-4. The Dusters, though, currently at 8-8. this would push them above 500. Obviously, they could fall right back to 500 if they lose the train tonight.
Rogers, foul. Count 2-2.
But I think for them, they want this. You know, they've been climbing up. They're on a 5-game win streak. This could be number 6. Although I wonder if they would count it as a 6th win in the streak. You don't think so?
Honestly, I've never been in this situation.
I've never
like
been in this situation either. They're 7-3 in their last 10, 5-win streak right now, so they're on a roll.
The 2-2. High inside, 3-2. We thought seasons in sports had gotten weird because of COVID. They haven't met no lights at Cropdusters Stadium. Or sorry, First Responder Field. Full count. Pitch in from Elliott. Hit by Rogers. Tracking over the shortstop. It'll get through the gap. TJ Rogers gets things started here with the big train for a leadoff single.
I mean, good stuff. Rogers has been hitting well lately. So he's continuing that. It's interesting because we were talking before about, well, what happened earlier in this game hitting-wise, and we were like, well, I mean, it was so long ago that a lot for these guys has changed.
The only thing that matters is the Schiavone 4 straight walks, 4 straight runs.
Yeah, seriously. But I mean, so much has changed. It's going to be more about what they've been doing this past week than what they were doing a month ago.
First pitch in, ball high, count 1-0. Yeah, I just quickly threw out that anecdote. For those of you who don't remember, we reference it often though. Jason Schiavone this game reached on on something I can't see in the second, but then in 4 plate appearances between the 4th and the 8th, he drew 4 walks and scored each time.
Also, the fact that there were that many plate appearances should just tell you it was taking a lot to get through innings for both sides on the pitch, both teams pitching. And that's, I think, part of the reason this game did not end on time and why we are where we are today.
This is how the Dusters play. They've had a ton of high-scoring games this season. Wow. I really thought this was the highest-scoring game of the season from any team. It is nowhere close.
Well, the Dusters this week, the walk-off I was referencing from Mershon was like 20 combined runs. I guess we're at 25 for this.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Aces beat the Braves 23-20.
Oh my goodness.
And it was not in extra innings.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Let me 2, 7, 10. Yeah, no, it was not in extra innings.
Wow.
Sheesh. That might be a league record. It has to be. We'll ask our historian. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Down goes Garrett Felix. His recent struggles continue.
Yeah, Elliott out there on the mound again for the Dusters. He's really, really good for them. He's got an ERA just under 1.9, and then he's pitched 10 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, and 11 Ks, tacks on a 12th. He has been credited with a save for the Dusters this season, so obviously they're bringing out the fire on the mound to try and get this win.
That pitch fouled off. That's Peyton Schultz at the plate. Count 0-1. Yeah, so this would go as a save for Elliott, considering they're winning by just 3. I'm surprised people are even watching this game. Shout out to you folks at home. Second pitch in for a strike. Now behind 0-2 is Peyton Schultz. On deck behind him is Sean Lane.
Most anticipated event of the summer. That's how people are tuning in. They've
They've
been waiting for this one.
I can think of like 5 more anticipated events off the top of my head. Fouled off.
Only 5.
Well, just, yeah, okay, maybe not just, yeah, only 5. Only 5. Were they going to say he swung on and missed that? No, he fouled that.
Catcher, okay.
Oh, I think he might have gotten hit. I can't tell if it was by the bat or the ball, but he is in immense pain. That's what the hold in the play is.
Who is that behind the plate for them?
I'm going to do him a service, and I'm going to zoom the camera away from that, because he looks very uncomfortable. But all the coaches from them are coming out and visiting. It looks like, I think that guy is one of our, a representative from the train is out there as well.
Yeah, our trainer is out there.
Okay, I don't want to say it was the trainer without knowing he was the trainer.
Yes.
That's right, we have Zoom. Zoom in, zoom out now. We're getting high tech here in Bethesda. putting, he has a pair of glasses, putting them back on, he's putting the helmet back on, and he's gonna keep catching it.
Oh, some serious fight there from, I think it might be Cole Hauser?
Behind the plate right now for the only Cropdusters is Hauser, yes.
Yeah. His roster is 0, but is wearing 20, so that's his official number, I guess.
I love that, what's it called? Group me, whenever you get sent an image, it gives you the option to meme it. So we got like the scorebook images from Patrick Chapman, and there's just an option to meme. Like, how do I even meme the scorebook? Anyways, so you said Cole Hauser is number 20.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's one less player that's in there as a empty number. That's popped up. Tracking over. Can the first baseman, I think it's Booma, get there? No, it goes out of bounds. Is the first baseman Booma? No, it is Kirk. So still out there on first is this inning's leadoff hitter, TJ Rogers. Just the heat difference between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m.
It's
here.
brutal, honestly. I'm so hot.
We literally have fans, and it is not doing
I went
well.
down to the concourse to get the fans, and it was so much nicer down there.
Popped up. Shading over is the second baseman, and he makes the catch. That's 2 outs. Now the train got 1 out left to play with in today's first game of a little doubleheader action.
We up to Sean Lane
Now
to try and push this one.
Oh, are they selling Mystics Apparel down there, or is that just an ad for Mystics Apparel?
I'm not sure.
Might have to find out at the break, because I have a Mystics shirt. These guys have a team in DC that actually consistently good.
Yeah, the Mystics are awesome.
Still haven't been to a game yet. Oh. That'll land for a strikeout 0-1.
I don't think I've ever been to a game.
I've been to their stadium for the Colonial Athletic Conference, or the Colonial Athletic Association, the CAA tournament. I worked that division basketball tournament, and they played at that site. Hit hard and out of the infield, just like TJ Rogers, in between the shortstop and the third baseman. Sean Lane gets on base, and now the tying run is at the plate in the form of who else, but I think it's Jason Chavoni.
No.
It's Baylor Cobb. Alright, that was a total guess on the second one, too. It's Baylor Cobb, who homered last night. No, he did not.
Play Wargo.
But Wargo homered last night. I meant to say it was Cobb homered in one of the recent official games. He has 2 homers in the season.
Yeah, he homered in that unfortunate Aces loss. One of the bright spots in that game was Baylor's hitting, so.
Homer here, what tied the game? First pitch in. That'll land for a strike. Ahead in the count, 0-1.
Good stuff from Sean Lane. I hope if he is playing in the next game, it can carry over. He's a guy who we've said has struggled a bit at the plate, but last night I think had a ribby.
The 0-1. That'll miss, count even. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what lineups we're going with tonight. If this game impacts it, as in maybe the coach just wants to keep the same guys out there, so we see kind of an old school lineup, or maybe he wants to have a completely different shift of players. But last game we did see a good performance from Sean Lane with an RBI single.
Yeah, and a lot of guys had the night off last night. We didn't see Garrett Felix, we didn't see DM Jefferson. I don't think we saw Emilian Trey. I don't think we've seen him in 2 games. So I think that those guys will probably be back. Those are some of the most dangerous hitters, and Trey's
2-1.
looking for
Lands. Oof. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's fine. Trey's looking for a rebound.
That's not passive aggressive.
No, it was not.
Yeah, I'm just
The heat is getting to me. Oh my
I
goodness.
could tell. You came in and sat down. You're just like dead silent. I'm like, uh-oh, Allie's not enjoying the heat. The 2-2 misses count full.
I don't know. I think we're gonna be given a full force lineup to these Cropdusters. Definitely don't want to. If this one does end 15-12, you definitely don't want to give up the next one as well.
Yeah, but I guess my thought was, do you build off of TJ Rogers hitting well here, or Sean Lane? Do you put them higher in the order? Find out. That's hit to the second baseman, and it's out of the infield. An RBI single for Baylor Cobb. Puts Lane on third now and brings home a run in the form of TJ Rogers.
Okay, this is really interesting. DM was on our roster, but not present in the state of Maryland during this game.
And that's
However, they're throwing him in, which means A-Train wants this win because he has been a monster at the plate.
So that's such an interesting rule.
That's really, because I mean, in theory, he could have been in Maryland.
Yeah, he was rostered.
He was
could
rostered.
play.
He was totally rostered. I thought maybe they weren't allowed to do that because when we continued the SoCo game, we didn't see like Noah go in or Halsey go in or anybody. Wow, this is really interesting.
First pitch, he's going to take it, count 1-0. Oh yeah, he's doing the low hand. I can't believe I didn't notice the signals to the hand.
Yeah, DM actually, fun fact, signals the pitch to the coaching staff when it comes in because at Notre Dame you're required to.
Fouled off, count 1-1. Watch his hand. Maybe not on pitches and hits, I guess.
I think it's when they come in as balls, maybe? I'm not sure, but really cool little thing that the Notre Dame staff makes you do. I mean, that's such a successful program, so maybe if you're listening at home, take notes.
1-1. That's hit well into center field, tracking over, back at the wall. It'll come down! A double for DM Jefferson. One run comes home. Tracking in is the tying run, and he's tagged at the plate. That'll end the ball game.
Oh my
The
goodness.
Train will lose 14-15 on a play at the plate.
A beautiful hit from DM Jefferson, but Baylor Cobb just did not come home quite in time. Well fielded to the catcher behind the plate. Again, that was a Hauser was hit earlier, so unfortunate end. The Cropdusters move above 500 and will look to continue pushing so as they'll sit on the Train again.
Yeah, I wonder how this will affect the team. The bats were looking good, but caught at the plate was Cobb there to end the ball game. Will that get in their heads? Will the hitting let them build? We'll find out. We'll be back when the game resumes, when the second game begins, presumably at some point between 6:50 and 7. Might be around then.
Yeah, I'm thinking since we're almost just at 6:30, it'll probably just be first pitch at 7, like normal.
Yeah, last time it was pushed up a bit, but